God and religion. It's all very interesting and a great subject for debate. I was brought up in a Christian family, but my parents never tried to brainwash me with it. I attended a Church of England grammar school, which barely even recognised Catholics and never spoke of other world religions. Because of that, I was curious and read a lot myself on who believes what and why. I don't know whether it's something about my brain being too logical, but by the time I was 14 I knew that I was an atheist. My belief, if you want to call it that, has only been strengthened throughout my life. I think that we're on earth for such a short space of time and can't see the point in talking to walls and floors in churches, mosques and synagogues for what amounts to probably precious months of our lives. I believe you can be a good person and help others as much as possible throughout your life without having to be in any God gang. If you believe in religion yourself, I don't blame you, but it's just not for me. People only take up religion because their parents do, and given free will and freedom of choice, lots of people prefer not to follow one or another religion simply to appease their folks. There's no such thing as a Catholic child or a Muslim child, only the child of a Catholic or a child of a Muslim. All babies are born atheists. If the world was created by the Big Bang and through a series of coincidences of the right light, heat and chemicals, the first amoeba evolved in the primeval soup, that makes more sense to me than an old man in the sky plonking a guy called Adam in a garden, ripping out a rib and making a woman, and henceforth the human race was born. What about the dinosaurs? We all know they existed because their bones are everywhere. According to chemical research and carbon dating, they were around on the Earth 65 million years before the first man. So does that mean that God planted the Earth with vegetation, had a go at creation, but screwed up with the dinosaurs? When he realised he'd made a mistake, he systematically killed them all and then decided to take 65 million years off before trying again? What did he do in all that time? Play clock patience? Okay, so I'm being flippant, but you can see where I'm coming from. It's known that the first humans walked the earth around 3.7 million years ago. If the Old Testament Bible was cobbled together approximately 8 to 10,000 years ago, and the New Testament, speaking about Jesus and his crew, was only 2,000 years ago, what kind of God or gods did early man believe in for 3,600,000 years before that? How did they manage? How could they cope without all the different religions that man had created since? And does that mean that everyone from the cavemen onwards for 3.5 million years went to hell for not believing in God? Let's look at the timeline. The Earth and solar system are around 4.5 billion years old. We have to travel through billions of years of evolution before reaching the first humans, who didn't start bashing each other over the head until almost 4 million years ago. Fast forward through hundreds of thousands of years of human history, and people didn't start to scribble down their ideas on the 3 Abrahamic religions until only 1,300 years ago. In that time, the Earth's population has grown from about 400 million to over 6 billion today, and yet these invented beliefs cling doggedly on, or should that be dogmatically on, to the human psyche, so that we now have about half the world's population still believing in some extraterrestrial being watching their every move. Michio Kaku, the world-renowned physicist, made this great little film that explains the scale of time better than I can. He uses the analogy of distance travelled to represent the age of the Earth.
Let's say that 1 millimeter represents 1 year backwards in time. Here we are in the present. This is me in the 21st century. And if I go back 5.8 centimeters, then we reach 1947. That's the year I was born. Now let's talk about the Roman conquest of England. That took place in the year 43 AD. For that, we had to go back about 195 centimeters to about here.
Even the length of my table represents 2,000 years. But I want to measure out the whole of Earth time, and 4.6 billion years is going to take me a whole lot further. On this scale, every mile is an epoch of nearly 2 million years. As the sheer depths of Earth time roll on, a human lifespan seems so insignificant. I've traveled 2,500 miles, 4.6 billion years of time, the entire age of the Earth. It's taken me across the whole of America, and it's made me feel, by comparison, very, very small indeed.
So you can see that if you travelled all the way from San Francisco to New York, all modern religions have only been around as long as a dining table. Religion of any persuasion is at best a prop, a crutch to help people through a difficult life, with the promise of better things once you've expired. It makes it easier to cope with. At worst, it's fundamentalist, unforgiving, and filled with hate for non-believers. This goes for Eastern and Western beliefs. What makes one better than the other if they're all supposed to be supporting the same mythical god? Maybe I'll be cast into hell for saying such stuff, but I'll take my chances. Oh yeah, did you also know that the world's completely flat, and if you sail too far you'll float off the edge? Have a good day and may your God go with you.